MMA, or better yet, known as NYD Grandma. Well, I call him NYD Grandma. I've stated this before. I'm gonna keep calling him NYD Grandma because that one game where he cheesed deserved him to be called Grandma, because all grandmas like cheese.
Well, that is true, I suppose. Alright, so yeah, going into game 2 between Katakin and GMMA, and I can't seem to get my settings right at all. That's okay, though. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Because Grandma is funny. I don't know if Wicked Sick was trolling me there or not. I hope not. Maybe.
Oh, I know he's listening in on my stream, so he's.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we shall see what kind of game we have coming out for us on Xel'Naga Caverns. The first game was on Metalopolis, so in between matchups we heard some friendly banter about what maps to do, and NYD was saying, "Can we do Steps of War?" and all that good funny stuff.
Well, I mean, if a TOS player ever opts for Steps of War versus me, I'm doing the algorithmic 7 Roach Rush, and he is losing. It's very hard to hold off that 7 Roach Rush with a Sentry and an Overlord on the ramp, because roaches are ranged. And we do see some a little bit of a drone harass, very pesky drone. There we go. The cybernetics is going down, so probably see more of a standard play. Could see a 4-gate with such a wide expansion. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a 4-gate versus our Zerg player. With such a wide expansion over here for the natural for the Zerg player, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually did see a 4-gate. We do see a gas going down in 18, so probably a Void Ray. That is a semi-early gas, but still could very well be a 4-gate transition into an expansion. You know, a double gas 4-gate, cut probes at about 21, 22. Well, I'm figuring out some new keys here. There we go. Yeah, 20 probes. Go for it.
What? Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was saying 20 probes are out on the field for our TOS player right now. Yeah, and it looks like these it looks like he's actually scouting. Looks like Katakin is actually scouting for the pylon. He is checking the normal areas for the pylon. Excuse me for 1 second.
Sure. Yeah, not too much going on in the early game. You guys are watching the Team Evo tryout tournament, I guess it is, with a $20 prize pool. So the winner of this best of 5 matchup between Katakin and NYD is going to be the one going home with the $20. Katakin did take the first game on Metalopolis, and NYD won a few games by cheesing. He's not interested in actually trying out for Team Evo or anything like that. So it should be interesting, because Katakin already on Team Evo and NYD on a Team GMMA.
So will it be moved down to the semifinals? And we do have some spamming going on here in our spectators chat. That is very annoying, and it is very bad manners.
Oh, I can't actually see the spectator chat, so
well, not the spectator chat, but the minimap. You don't see the pings going on in the minimap?
No, I don't.
Oh, see, they didn't make me a ref, so I'm listening to the continuous pings. I actually had to shut off my sound there for a second. We are experiencing a little bit of lag.
If you look down at the bottom right, NYD actually going for the proxy Stargate with Phoenixes. Wow.
Alright, so he is gonna do some Phoenix harass, probably see that transition into a 4-gate, Overlord cap him, stop him from producing units. It's always a good thing.
And if this Link scouts that Stargate in the bottom right.
It is sitting there, but it isn't moving.
Yeah, that is a very good place up here in the top left or down there in the bottom right. It's just such a good spot to proxy something, because most people don't ever scout that area.
No, I mean, that area is usually like, I'll be playing and I'm like, oh, I should just creep that area, and I never see anything down there, so I never actually worry about creeping that area. So I mean, he isn't gonna scout that at all. I mean, how often, any of you viewers out there watching, how often have you actually gone into that corner?
Right.
If you say you check that corner all the time versus toss, I will call you a freaking liar. That's what I will call you, because that is such BS if you check that spot. That is.
I mean, yeah, unless you're like on the GSL, if you're like Jinro or MC or something like that, you're not going to be thinking about looking down there.
Cute. Yeah, well, especially, yeah, exactly. Just as you say, like, unless you've seen it before, you're not going to want to check there at all. Like, now I'm seriously, every time I play a toss, I'm going to be sending a Ling in those corners. And the Phoenixes are moving out. Looks like they are going to be sniping, going to be going for maybe some queen snipes. After we see a couple queens go down. Yep, definitely. Now, probably some worker harass, or better yet, Overlord capping him. Another queen being instantly produced. There we go. He is doing some drive-bys. I mean, Phoenixes as a toss player, you don't even have to attack. You just fly by stuff, and it's like, oh, here, I'm going to shoot this because I feel like shooting it. Phoenixes are so fast, like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, they're ridiculously fast. I mean, you can't, as a Terran, you can't use your Marines to respond when they're attacking your mineral line, so if you've already got a natural up and running, I mean, those Phoenixes can just bounce back and forth while taking minimal damage. Even though they're, like, paper thin, I mean, they're only, like, what?
And we do see a roach. We do see a roach speed lean coming in over here towards the natural. It is going to be in, and we do see some force fields going down. The roaches are backing off. The lings are taking some damage. They are kind of stuck there. Oh, that one ling is stuck and it's still alive. Look at that ling. It is such a baller ling. There we go. It finally does get taken down. But he did Overlord cap his opponent. The opponent, he is still Overlord capped. These queens are getting sniped. Even with the queens getting sniped, oh my gosh, this is so annoying.
Not looking good for Catachan.
Not at all. This is very, very interesting to see. The natural is up. It looks like he is trying to take his third, but he's still. There we go. He's producing more overlords, but I mean, all that money's going into overlords and not units. And our Zerg or our toss player down here is just able to be like, you know what? I'm going to make probes and units, and you have to make overlords and units, and you can't make drones. I'm sorry, but you can't make drones. But we actually do see a couple of spore crawlers in the mineral line, so the queens are probably going to try to find some safe haven down there, and so are the overlords. They're going to be looking for that safe haven ability.
Oh, we just see some Hydra scout now. Yep.
The Hydras are out on the field, but still they are these can be very, very troublesome. He is overlord capped. That was some beautiful overlord harassment by NYD Grandma. I'm still calling him Grandma because I don't want to call him Gamma anymore, especially with this Phoenix play going down. He's going to be referred to as Grandma for the rest of his life by me. So, congratulations, Grandma. I hope you're doing well. Don't get eaten by any wolves. Oh God, that was a bad joke. That was just not funny at all. The Phoenixes are still patrolling the map. It does look like he's trying to keep up with his macro. Actually, no. What's his production?
Not much in the simulator and 2 pylons coming out. Meanwhile, Zerg is getting groove spines and missile attacks level 1, so don't know what groove spines do, but I know that missile attacks are
the groove spines. The groove spines are Hydralisk range. So they shoot for.
Well, that's good considering there's a bunch of Phoenixes out and running around doing some harassment. Looks like Catachan might be geared up to take that gold a little early. Even with the Phoenix, kind of a ballsy move there. Would be nice to see that, though.
Phoenixes are doing some free scouting right now, but the Hydralisks are really, really slow off of creep.
That's true. Very, very slow. We've seen an Observer coming out right now for NYD. I don't understand why, because he's got those Phoenixes.
And now he's joining up pretty hard. And he has to know it's reaching the 13-minute mark, and the Robotics Bay just got finished. So I would definitely like to see Aspire going down. And like at the past 2 games, the Robotics Bay has been finishing at right about 13 minutes. So I mean, it is a very good time to kind of know there's Colossi. Probably, you know, a 5-minute mark is always good to send your Overlord into scout, and so is about the 12-minute 30-second mark is another way to send your sacrifice an Overlord. But we don't have Overlord speed yet. I'm surprised. Oh, excuse me. I'm surprised he didn't opt for the Overlord speed, especially with Phoenixes out on the field. Overlord speed is very key with Phoenixes out on the field. Even though the Phoenixes do move faster, and here we go. He is actually, the toss player is actually taking his third. His army is down here guarding the third, but there is no Ling. He's not able to scout that. He is looking for, he did check right there behind his grass to see if there was any sort of proxy pylon or forward pylon, I like to call it. Don't really I guess it is a proxy, but I just call it forward pylons. And his army is moving down to protect his third. He is taking the gold as his third. And these Phoenixes
took out that
still
observer as well, and we see that thermal lance coming out right now for those Colossi. And those Phoenixes up in the top left just kind of chilling, doing nothing. But yeah, NYD being aggressive with both players being quite aggressive with their expansions. I mean, we're not even at the 15-minute mark, and both players have 3 bases. So quite interesting play from both players. Katakin was kind of in a hole there, yeah, and he's going to get those Phoenixes out. But those Spore Crawlers are going to make quick work of those Phoenixes. So very nicely done by Katakin, just on the placement even.
Yeah, I would like to see a couple Spore Crawlers be going into his gold right now so he can safely leave that gold. It does look like he is continuing to spread his creep here. Like I said, Hydralisks are really slow off of creep, and especially caught off of... Oh, we do have a small push coming out. Phoenixes, Stalkers, Mortals,
and Colossus.
No Mortals. I meant to say Colossi. Thank you very much. There we go. 2 Colossi out, and he is going to be making a push towards this gold. But there is no Spire. Oh, actually, there is a Spire down, and it is getting.
I don't think there's enough
attack.
units from Katakin to defend this right now. And I think Katakin might have spread himself too thin by trying to take that. And yes, he is going to GG out.
There he goes. There's the GG. Yeah. Cosplay.